Hey everybody, Billy Bob here, and it's Thursday. And you know what? I don't have a lot new to talk about drinking wise. I'm drinking me one of these Mick Ultra Zeros. I'm trying to get myself in a mod bod, from a dad bod to a mod bod. So I'm working on it. I'm working on it over here. I'm going to have some beer tomorrow, though, like beer with alcohol in it. But this only has 29 calories. I told you that last week. So, hey, what I want to talk about today is errors and omissions from Monday morning quarterback. It is the first week of the season, right? So the teams had, some hiccups here and there, and I had some hiccups. Not not those hiccups, but, I missed some things. So I thought I'd take today and go back over them. So, first of all, Julian Sayin, Ohio State Buckeyes. And he was impressive to me in his accuracy and his quick release, which are things we heard, right, from camp. But, a lot of times we need to have belief with evidence. As Ronald Reagan would say, trust but verified. And so in week one, it was verified that he has a quick release. He is accurate. Let's see how he does this week against scrambling. So let's hope he's not scrambling against scrambling. I'm just saying, right? Pass drops. Max Clare dropped the first pass thrown to him. Guy catches the most passes at Purdue ever. He drops the first pass. Jeremiah Smith drops 2 in a row. I said to Mrs. Billy Bob, I go, he needs to change his gloves. And she looks at me and says, what? I go, he needs to change his gloves. He dropped the ball twice. Soon as I said that, right after I said that, the Buckeyes are coming back out on offense. And the sideline reporter, who was a Jenny Taft, I think, the All-American girl, as Gus Johnson says, well, Jeremiah Smith went over to the sidelines, and the first thing he did was change his gloves. I'm a soothsayer. Billy Bob's on the job. Defense. We talked about it a little bit, how Matt Patricia changed things around, but go and watch, if you can find it, a video by Dan Orlovsky, former quarterback, now an announcer, a color guy. He does color on some games, but he's also in studio. And he was showing all the different machinations, the different movements, the different schemes, and how Matt Patricia was rotating the defenders. He was giving Arch Manning a look, and then as the play was unfolding, they were rotating or switching, and it was pretty interesting. He showed 3 different plays of that. So, linebackers, got to give them a lot of credit. Sonny Styles, Arvell Reese, especially 10 tackles. I think I might have mentioned 10 tackles. If not, 10 tackles in the game. He was a beast. And that linebacking core, by many accounts that I heard, maybe the best linebacking core in the country. We'll see. They got first game. We got to keep working. And then, and C.J. Hicks, heck of a game. He had Arch Manning in his arms on that last play. Manning got the pass away. Caleb Downs shut it down. So to prevent a first down on that 4th down play. So, and lastly, field position. So something we didn't talk about much, but the Buckeyes were conservative. They were conservative because they had a new quarterback, but they're also conservative because most of the game they were starting inside their own 10-yard line. There were a few exceptions, but most of the game, that's where they were starting. So those are the errors and exceptions. Now I want to talk one last thing about something I read this morning. So Desmond Howard, maybe you know him, a lot of you do. He's a little weasel. Little weasel that's also a Wolverine, and he's on ESPN Game Day, and he likes to be a little picky. He likes to pick away, right? At the Buckeyes. he kind of, with a little smirk and a little smart-ass remark, these little digs. And so here's what he said after the game. To be honest, Texas played the better game from start to finish. I'm not really start to finish. Wow. I thought they might have finished okay, but I didn't think they started very well. So to be honest, Texas played the better game from start to finish. What they lacked simply was luck. Okay. He said the officiating, well, there were some baffling calls that threw Texas off rhythm and clearly affected their mindset. Still, congratulations to Ohio State for pulling out the win. Oh, wow. Desmond, you man of wisdom, you wizard of words. Now, what he failed to remember is that Nick Saban is also on the set with him. And Nick is a purveyor of the truth. And by the way, he was a very successful coach for like 17 years at Alabama. So here's Nick Saban to Desmond Howard. Excuses don't win games, Desmond. That was his first remark. And then I guess everybody kind of fell quiet, pause, and then Saban continued on. In this sport, there are no moral victories. More silence. Ohio State lined up, played 4 quarters and won. That's the only story that matters. Texas had opportunities. They didn't capitalize. That's football. Those are the words of Nick Saban. I leave you with those words. How can I say any more on this thirsty Thursday? America, land of the free because of the brave. Stay focused, America. Billy Bob, peace out.